Hey guys, Victor here and welcome back to another video. And tonight we're going to be doing some puzzle rush. And puzzles are maybe one of the best ways, if not the best way, to improve at chess. And tonight we're going to be doing some puzzle rush together. I'll be explaining my thought process as I solve the puzzles. I hope that I can solve at least 20 or 30 puzzles this time. And let's do it together, guys. Let's get it started. So here I'm going to choose survival, so we have plenty of time to solve the puzzles. And click play, so let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with the basics first. Let me just adjust my scene here. Okay, this first one is very easy. We have a back rank checkmate here. We just have to uh, play this move. Very simple, very easy. Here we have another checkmate. Bishop is defending the square here, so we can go and deliver checkmate on this one. So guys, one of the best ways to improve at chess is to solve puzzles, because by improving your tactics, you get better in the game. You're going to find these ones in your games. This one is very easy. Bishop is covering the squares here, so the king cannot escape. There is no way to block. This is checkmate. Let's go for this one. Okay. So we can see here that we have a little battery going on here. We could go for some back rank checkmate here. It's possible. In this case, we could try to move the knight as well. It's another possibility to go for the knight here. This one is a bit more complex. It's not so simple. So we could go for the sacrifice here, take stakes. It's also possible. And then we take with the rook, hitting the queen over there. It's a possibility. We could just go ahead and capture this knight. And then they take the queen over there. We take back, they take, and we are not winning this time. So maybe a move like this, it's also possible, or this. We have to find a way here to solve this one. So the first things we have to look for are checks and captures, right? So what checks do we have here? We don't have any immediate checks that we could go for. And captures, we have this capture, we have this capture, right? Those are the most obvious captures that we have. We should just calculate which one is the best here. In this case, when we capture with the knight here, we release this attack on the queen, so they might take here. We could try and go for a check here after that, in which case they're going to go for this. We can take. Kind of unclear, right? If we go straight for the kill here, well, they might recapture with the queen or with the bishop, right? So maybe that's the move. And that's wrong. Oh my god, I got it wrong. So I have to check then what was the solution in that case. Here, the knight is covering the two squares, so we can go ahead and checkmate. Here, the pawn is covering these two squares. Rook is covering this square. We can go and play this move, and that will be checkmate as well. Okay, this one, let's check this one. The knight just captured here. Okay, so we have a piece that can be recaptured. We could go for this move, which is just checkmate, right? Fairly easy. Okay, we have another easy checkmate here. The knight is defending, supporting the queen, so we can deliver checkmate very easily. This one is another case of ladder mate. We can go and capture this pawn. The rook is protecting this file, so there is no way for the king to escape. Okay, black to move. We have some checks here we could go for. Maybe this check right here, and that seems to be the solution, because this one, we allow some escape squares for the king. So if we go ahead and check here, the pawn is covering this square and this square, king is covering this one, and then the bishop is going to cover the last two squares. This is checkmate. Okay, here we have a funny one. Immediately, as white to move, this move pops to mind as a check. That is possible to be done. The king will have to move somewhere up, right? Yeah. So that's the first move that comes to mind with a check. So always, again, looks for checks and captures, moves that are going to check the king and force variations. And then we can look for captures like this, for example. Then we capture, they have to recapture, for example. And we could go for the check. But I think that this check coming first seems to be more forcing and more powerful. The rook is covering these squares, so the king cannot go here or here because of the rook. So they will have to move up. And as they do that, do we have any follow-up moves? Let's imagine, let's say king goes up somewhere around here or here or here. We can go ahead and give another check, forcing the king to go down. Check, king up, check again. And then the king has to move down. We can go and trade this, and as they take, we take back. I think that's probably the case, right? Check, check. We take, and then we collect. We are up a rook. Okay, so calculating is very important too. So we can see what are the following variations. And if you see it's winning and forcing, it's probably the right one. I probably think that this is the right move here. We take this on. King has this cape square though. So how do we checkmate here in this case? So maybe that's not the move. Let's calculate. Check. King goes here. And then we can do maybe this. Check. And it's protected by the rook, so the king has to move. The only square they have is this. But it looks like the king is escaping here. King has some escape squares to go for. So again, check, king here, check. King has to move here. Do we have any checkmate here? If we go here, it's not checkmate. King can still run away. Can it? No, actually it can't. It's checkmate because this is covered by the pawn. This is covered by the knight. And the rook covers all these squares. It's actually checkmate indeed. Let's calculate. Check, king here, check, king here, and then here is checkmate. The king cannot come back. The pawn is here, protecting this square. That is the solution, guys. Check, pawn check, and checkmate. Really good. So that's how you improve at chess, guys. You make your mistakes. I mean, this one is still a mystery to me. Why did I make this mistake? I still can't understand this puzzle. So I'm going to check the puzzle after I finish so I can see where I went wrong and I can correct and improve. That's the whole idea. Well, immediately I see this square that is weak here. When I look at this position, I don't even have to count material here to see if I'm up. I just see this weakness here and I have the light square bishop and the queen. This check doesn't seem very interesting, but this one looks more interesting though. So what they can do here, they can just run away and run into checkmate, or they can block the check, which seems much more reasonable, but we can go ahead and capture this pawn with check again. There's not much they can do. Check, check, and mate. Yep. So here, rook just came here. I think this one is fairly easy. We have a back rank mate here, but if we play this move, they just recapture. And when we come here with the rook, they just capture with the king. So we have to force the king to this square here by actually playing queen here, forcing the king to move further into the back rank, and then we can deliver the checkmate. So these patterns, guys, you're going to start recognizing them much faster as you play more and more. If you keep doing your puzzles every day, you're going to become more familiarized with those patterns. And here I immediately see this square here, very weakened. Not this one, but this one. So maybe this move looks great. And it's actually checkmate, I believe, right? So king has no escape squares and no way to recapture or block. So that's how you do, guys. That's what you should be doing. You should be doing your puzzles. You see, immediately you spot these things very quickly. King comes here. What can we do after that? What can we do after that? Maybe this move, forcing the block and then taking, because, remember, we come here, king has to come here, and then we cannot deliver checkmate here or here. We just have to move a little bit to the side here, giving the check. King cannot escape. The only move is to block, and then we take with checkmate. That's how you improve, guys. That's the way you improve at chess. Check and checkmate. I mean, I'm not the best one, but I'm giving you my advice on how I improve at chess. So this is how we should be doing it. Okay, so knight moved here, forking our rooks. What can we do in this case? I immediately see that this queen can deliver checkmate fairly easily here. We can go ahead and grab this pawn. It's kind of a back rank mate, but vertically, it's kind of a back rank mate. We can take here, and there is no way for the king to escape the checkmate here. The back rank is usually like this, right? We have pawns here and here, and then the king has no escape square, but this is kind of a back rank checkmate too. It's not exactly a back rank checkmate, but the principle is the same. We cannot come here, the pawn is going to take. We cannot come here, king is protecting, but we can do this, and capturing here is actually checkmate. Okay, pawn just recaptured here. Do you have any checks or captures? We have this sacrifice, and it looks actually very interesting. The only options are for the king to escape. It's not possible. The bishop is covering that square, so they have to take. And when they take, we come with the other rook delivering checkmate. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So rook sacrifice here, taking the pawn, forcing the king to move. So we have to look for those moves as well. Check and checkmate. I'm so afraid of mouse slipping in these cases, guys. You have no idea. Well, what pops to mind here immediately is sacrificing here, but I think that's not actually the move, because after takes, we don't have anything to follow up, I believe. Or do we? Because after takes, we can come here, forking the king and the rook. That might be the move. I don't know why. You see, you develop those instincts where you can just you just start to see those things. I mean, this looks fishy, so maybe that's the move. So the knight just moved here. Maybe I can sacrifice the exchange here. If they don't recapture, I'm just winning a piece, but they have to recapture in order to, keep the balance of the material. And I instantly have this pawn moving and freeing this file here. It's not a file, actually. It's the so I can take pawn takes. I check forking rook and king. They have to move probably here or here, and I'm going to take with check and grabbing the other rook on the way. So I think that's the solution. Check, take. Now this is an end game puzzle. So what we have here is opponent has king and queen and rook against king and rook too. We can prepare some kind of checkmate here if we go for this move and then this move. So if I had two moves here in a row, I would play this and this. And that would be checkmate. We have to remember that the king has some kind of force field around him. So the piece has some kind of force field. When we move here, these three squares are not available. So we have a similar to a back rank situation here. The king has no escape squares, so we can go ahead and checkmate here. You're going to see those patterns more and more often as you do your puzzles. But when I do this, what can my opponent do to prevent this move? I think they don't have many moves to do that. So we come here, king can come here. That's the only way. But then if they do this, I check. They have to do this, and I win the rook. So that seems pretty good, and we're winning. Another move that they can go for is maybe rook here or here, but that's not good. They're going to lose the rook anyway. So that's the move. Check, and we take the rook. Okay, pretty good. Not bad so far. Okay, bishop is attacking my queen, so I have to keep that in mind. But I instantly see this sacrifice here. It's not kind of a sacrifice, actually. We're just taking the queen with check. Opponent has to take it because it's check. They might come here, but that's no good. That's no good because then we can just move the queen away and we are winning the queen. So this is probably the move that pops to mind immediately to me. Capturing the queen with check. King has to recapture. And what's the follow-up? What's the follow-up? We don't have this move available. Do we have any other checks? I think this check is possible. But I mean, is that the move? I mean, that's not even possible. I'm thinking about this move, but that's not possible because the rook is pinned. So that's not a move. We don't have that move available. But if we take this bishop, now this is looking more interesting. If we take here with check, opponent has to recapture like this. And then we can go for this sacrifice. But is this even good? It is. They have to take, and then we take here, and we're winning a piece in the end of the combination, right? Queen and queen, rook and rook are gone, and their bishop is gone, so we are winning a piece in the end of the combination. So that's the move, guys. That's the move. We're going to sacrifice the queen here. What a beautiful move, right? We take the queen. They don't have any time to recapture all the pieces. Now we just take the rook, and we are winning. Okay, we got 20. 20 so far, not so bad. Okay, something that I see immediately, king and queen are lined up, and we have this X-ray going on here. So maybe pushing this pawn is a nice move. Or maybe not. I'm not sure. Okay. Pushing the pawn, they can simply ignore everything. We're threatening this bishop, and we're threatening this pawn. If we push, they can take. And we don't have much here, do we? I think we don't have much. Yep, they can simply take here, and we don't have anything to prove our advantage. Taking this, forcing this move, and doing this. Is this even a possibility? Takes. And after queen takes, we play this. The queen just moves away somewhere. Whatever. And then we just take with check, but that's not winning. Not by any means. So how can we explore this? How can we explore this in a better way? So I'm thinking about maybe taking this. That's not very forcing. We should be looking for something more forcing. The only move that I see that is a bit more forcing is maybe this capture, because I'm forcing the queen to recapture. But what's the follow-up after that? Can't see anything. This move doesn't look as strong. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something. Okay, if we move here, and they take, can we just take with the rook? And if they take, we just do this. Yeah, but maybe I should take this first. No, no, no. There's something missing here. Push, pawn takes, pawn takes. And then we take this. They cannot recapture because the pawn is here, right? Okay, so that's winning for us. Push, takes. Then we take here. They cannot take back because the pawn is protecting. So they have to move away. That's looking good. That's looking good. Push. Now if bishop takes, what do we do if bishop takes? We have to have an answer for that. We could take with the rook. And after it takes, we have this in the end of the variation, forking the king and the rook. So I think that's the move. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think that's the move. So let's go for this. Let's push the pawn. Oh yeah, that's the move. They take with the pawn. I can already go for this, can I? Take. Or I could take here first. What is the difference? I think we can go for that first. We can go straight away for this. And now we just collect the rook over here. Okay, 21 so far. 21 so far. Let's go for the next one. Okay, let's try to continue these puzzles. I tried to move my camera a little bit, but it's not looking good. So now we are on number 21. Let's try to do this one. Let's look for checks and captures. I immediately see this one. This check. What do we do after this? We can go for this check. And after the king recaptures, after the king captures, we can give another check here, or yeah, we can go for that, or even this. Yeah, this looks like the move takes. And after king takes, we go for this. Is this right? Maybe that's right. Or maybe I'm wrong. Because the king can just sidestep here, and what do we get from that? Just a pawn? That's looking not good enough, right? Doesn't seem to be good enough. And then we can go for this and this, but is that correct, maybe? I don't know. Let's go for that. Maybe it's wrong. Oh, it's right. It's correct, actually. So I think now the move is this. And then we can go for this and threaten checkmate. Okay, we got it. We solved it correctly. So 22 now. Let's go for this one. What can I see here? I immediately see this move. This check looks very tempting. Only move to escape is this. But this is not checkmate because the queen is covering. So we have to look for something a bit better. But I still think that this is probably the move. Check. King comes here. Then we could go for check, forcing the king to go here. And then we can win the rook in the end of the variation, but that doesn't seem, well, it's not winning because we're down so much material and they're about to promote a pawn. We have to find checkmate here. Check. King here. Then we can go for check. King has to come here. We need something more. How can we checkmate here? We have to find checkmate in this position. Check, king here. King can't come here. The pawn is blocking. This is, I mean, check. King here. I'm missing something. There's something here. I'm probably missing something. What is the move here? Can I go here? It's not possible. The queen is taking. Check. Here. Check. That seems to be the case. Now the king can actually come here, but the queen can take this as well. Well, it can't because I can actually take this. Okay, so check. This is looking more like it. Check, check. The king has to come here or here. And then we can calculate after that, but I think that's probably the move. So I'm not going to calculate all the way. I'm just going to play the moves I think are right. Okay, now I have to calculate again. So what can we do here? What can we do here? I can just promote. They take. And then I come with this move. Is this correct? Is this any right? Oh yeah, they can't take here because I promote with check. So that's the move. I promote with check. And that's the end of the puzzle. Wow, I got it, 23. Okay, I immediately see this move here. This check is very tempting. They can block, but they can't run away. This square is covered by the knight. They can go here though. Check. If they come here, they lose to checkmate. The only move is to just block the check, right? After they block the check, what do? I could go ahead and sack the knight. In case they take, I take the rook, right? That might be the case. Let's go for this move. Now I could sack. And if they take, I take there. I think that's the move. Yep. That's the move. I got it. One more puzzle. 24 so far. Okay, let's take a look at this one. So we have, this move looks very powerful, but it's not extremely forcing. It's not powerful. This can simply be captured. This move will force the queen here. There's something missing here. I'm missing something. This move is not right. It can't be right because they simply take here and I have nothing in return. What can I do here? I can simply take and take. And then what's the follow-up? What is the follow-up? There's no follow-up. Maybe I should be trying to look for something. This move is probably not the case. This one looks hard. Yeah, this puzzle looks a bit harder. I can't see the move right away. I should be looking for checks and captures again. Same thing. Let me see. Maybe I should be looking for some kind of attack. This capture is not enough. It's not good enough. It's just not good enough. We need something more. Something a bit more elaborate. Maybe this? Maybe this move? Pinning the bishop? Yeah, I can see this move pinning the bishop. They can't capture here because they lose the queen. In the bishop. They have no other move. I think that's probably the move. I got it wrong. Yeah, another mistake. Oh, here. Oh, we have a discovered check here. We can move this knight somewhere. Like here, or here, or here. and the queen is delivering a discovery check. I think that this is the first one that comes to mind to prepare some kind of checkmate threat. Check. If they block, I just take. Right? Check. If they move away, what do I do if they move away? Okay, I can do this modern mate. Check, they take, and I checkmate here. So that's the move. Check. Oh, I got it wrong. Oh my god. I should have calculated a little bit better. What I was calculating here, guys, was knight here. I didn't get it. So I was calculating knight here. Then the king would come here, and then I would move here, forcing this, but they can actually take with the king, and I don't have the smothered mate. I was thinking about that. I should have calculated a little bit better. So now what I do is, I'm going to do that off camera though. I check the 3 puzzles that I missed, and I check for what were the mistakes that I've made. Where did I go wrong? And I can improve by doing this. I can just check my mistakes and see where I went wrong and improve for the next one. So not a really great result, guys. 24 is not a really good number. I've had some really some better results in Puzzle Rush, but that's it. We should be doing it every day, at least once, and you're going to see the improvements in your chess as well. Guys, see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for more. Like and subscribe for more content like this, and I see you guys as always in the next one.